Hello, everyone. Looks like this one started up before the face cam. Yo, hello, everyone. Okay, I got the face cam up as well. Now I'm going to set up the live chat. So give me one moment to set up the live chats for these two different streams. We have a face cam version where you can see my face, and you have another version where you can see what I'm editing. Let's see. Right now, I'm getting the live chat set up, so I'll be able to talk with everyone. And I'll have the live chat set up for the two streams proper, as well as our main Discord, which I should check more often. I have a good set of messages on the Discord. Let's see, now I have this chat almost set up. This chat being the one for the stream where you can actually see me draw. And I'm working on getting the other one set up as we speak. There we go. So the live chat where you can see me draw is set up. And check the main chat real quick for the Discord. I'm going to scroll over to the side. Here we go. Did I make the Discord window too small? It's not showing me anything. I just feel like I can't read. Here we go. Now the face cam chat should be up as well. Scroll down. There we go. So now we got the face cam chat up. Yeah, how much real estate does this Discord window want? I made the Discord window just about as big as like everything else. Okay, let me see if I can squeeze it down. Here we go. Okay. Because this didn't seem like it was a problem before. It makes your sidebar take priority instead of, I don't know, like the actual message section. So right now I'm just slowly shrinking it. And that's when you know you've shrunk it too much. Okay. That's annoying, but we'll get somewhere. There we go. I think this is something I can possibly work with. I sadly have windows overlapping on top of each other. Yo, Torvor, welcome to the stream. I'm about to get started illustrating. I'm just getting all the chat stuff set up. I just realized I have a few messages on Discord. So one moment. While I'm working on that, if you're watching the main stream, I've already done a Ben 10 image. This is part of the reason why I want to do a Ben 10 image. Let's see. Kratos asked, do you know the Kali effect, or do you know who the Kali effect is? He's a big YouTuber with 16,642 subscribers. I think so. Does he do magic tricks? That was an older message, so I don't expect to get a response from him like really, really soon or anything like that. Let's see. Then we have a few messages from Kirby. Oh, Kirby sent me some Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. That's what that was. Okay. Well, welcome to the stream, Torbor. Good to have you. How's your day today? So this, what we have on screen currently, if you're watching the stream, is a upgrade mashup. It's supposed to be upgrade mashed up with feedback, but I gave it Ghost Freak Tales, and the upgrade head is kind of partially upgrade, partially accelerate. I was working on this earlier today, and I thought, hey, why don't I try it again? Because to me, it doesn't really have the full upgrade feedback feel. It does for this upper half, but the upgrade Tales, while a really cool addition, isn't like totally what I would want for the image. I would want to do more to make it more like upgrade feedback. I'm going to try and upstep myself if I can, is the idea. Is Torwar's current goal to get on all three chats? I saw that you like appeared on Discord. My brain is like, I think I know where this is going. Let's see. So first step is I'm going to need a picture of upgrade, I think is the base, that or one of feedback. It all has to do with who has an image that I can't edit easily that I want to make for the base, or do I want to make the whole thing something that's made out of really easy to edit images? Also, Benton is more overpowered than I had originally thought. There's an episode where he accidentally brings a cartoon character to life, and he gets cartoon character powers. Torvor said, "Can't stay for long. Still in school, and my teacher is a friggin' phone Nazi." Oh, no problem, Torvor. I don't want you to get in trouble. Like, if you feel like you would get in trouble by watching the stream, I just recommend that you watch the stream a little bit later, like when you're not in school. I'm totally fine with that. Let's see. So I think this could be an interesting take on it. Torvor said, "'Tis a sacrifice I am willing to make." Ooh. Best of luck with that situation, Torvor. I hope the best for you. When all you want to do is see the image, here we go. Copy image, paste that in. Okay, how bad does it look when we upscale it? That looks pretty bad. Not gonna lie. Ooh, I like how bright it got. Not bad. Grayscale recolor doesn't look like hot garbage. Up the brightness. Ooh. That outline look is pretty sick. Torvor says, "Scratch that, never mind, bye." Okay, oop, have a great day, Torvor. Peace. When that risk was too high. Let's see. Brightness up a little more. I want it like almost white, because the white is too much straight transparent. Here we go. This will be a base we can work from. Yo, Kirby, welcome to the stream. Yo, Kirby, what do you do like during the day most of the time? Like, are you always free at this time? I never do early streams, so I was just really surprised to see that you were available. Well, I guess I shouldn't say I never do early streams. I rarely do early streams. I'm glad that people are here, that people are available. I'm just surprised to see so many people at like 1 p.m., like 1:30, just about. Let's see. Let's see. Now I need to grab feedback. Benton. Kirby said, "I just woke up 27 minutes ago." And you're like a couple hours behind. So for you, it's like 11:27 a.m., right? Is something like that? So I picked a really actiony shot for upgrade, which is really weird considering that like there aren't a lot of good feedback shots that I could play off of, I don't think. Perspective for this image is also really weird to have to work with. Oh, you already like cropped a finger. Should be possible to grab this upgrade arm. You got a little bit of his head in there. When your brain goes like, don't do anything that'll take too much editing. Okay, we chipped the finger a little bit. Dang, that's a big ass arm. So if you stretch it out, yeah, that arm becomes fucking huge. I don't know. I think I used the wrong base. I don't think I need to use an upgrade base because there are too many actiony feedback poses. Like, we don't have a lot of images of just feedback standing still to where you can get good images of him. I think that's the problem. Like, this standing still one is like a fan art, which fan art isn't always bad, but it's very stylized and not in the style that we're looking for. Then this one is like a hard fan art where like they made it almost their own character, to be honest. Like, you can recognize his feedback, but it's really not the same. You know, which is kind of what we're going for, because I mean, the idea of this is to try and make it almost like its own character, even though it is like a mashup. You want it to look normal. Kirby said, it's like a Cerebella arm. You're right, when I like inflated that upgrade arm. It did have that feel to it. Let's see. So right now, I'm trying to find a good base to start with. That way I can take pieces and rearrange them. What I did for the first one that I did on the left, which is this, is I actually got these feedback arms from a feedback Ghost Freak hybrid. I did not get the legs from that, surprisingly, though. Nor did I get these tentacles. The tentacles were a really nice touch. But I might as well grab the arms. I imagine they would still be useful. Kirby said, diamonds are forever. Are you like watching James Bond? Where's this diamonds are forever coming from? Let's see. I'm going to have the feedback arms at a tilt this time. Then we're going to rotate. We're going to flip horizontally on there. Scoot these over. Okay. So we've got a couple feedback arms already set up. Control A. If you've never watched a Jet edits before, Kirby said Cerebella says that in one of her blockbuster moves. Interesting. I do know Skullgirls does make a lot of movie references. I mean, that's why the moves are called blockbusters and shit. Let's see. So we're going to have the arms at a tilt. They're going to come out from each side. The reason why I'm doing feedback, by the way, is actually kind of interesting. So the reason why I'm so down for feedback and upgrade to be a combination is because it seems like upgrade plus lightning is hacks is like a regular thing in Ben 10 and at least two versions of the character. So the original Ben 10, he overshadowed a laptop as upgrade. Then the laptop essentially, it was like indirectly hit by lightning. And then it sucked him and Gwen into a video game. Now inside of a video game world, which is like really ridiculous. And it was one of those things I completely forgot about the original series. Then in the reboot of Ben 10, that's like currently airing on television, they did another episode like that where Ben was watching TV and then he overshadows the TV as upgrade. Then the TV indirectly is shot by lightning, and lo and behold, a cartoon character from the television show comes into our world. It shows that upgrade plus technology plus lightning can create a portal that can go either way, which is really interesting. But Ben 10, well, not but Ben 10, but upgrade isn't naturally like a lightning thing. Like, it's normally the lightning is coming from an external source. But we know that with Ben 10,000 and the Bi-Omnitrix system, you have the ability to combine your aliens. You can smash the two Omnitrixes together. So you could technically become a feedback upgrade hybrid. Kirby says you were doing feedback because you would like feedback for how to upgrade feedback. Facts. Solid meme, Kirby. Solid meme. Let's see. So we got this going. I need a good body to throw on it. Preferably a feedback body. Also, I'm surprised at how many like female upgrades I've seen. So I need a feedback body to work with. I don't know how jarring it would be to use an action figure if I could find an action figure body that was workable. Look at how small some of these images are. You preferably want like a 4 megapixels image of feedback, right? But like none come up. It's a whole bunch of other stuff that I just actually don't want. And that's not even loading, probably because they have so many megapixels. But you want something transparent and like the highest quality image you can get. And then you also want the body parts to be spread out so there's not a lot of overlap, so you can easily put the images together. Like a Big Chill swamp fire thing looks like it could be done relatively, like in a relatively simple way, because they are both high megapixels and transparent. And you get a lot of Big Chill parts to choose from, and you have a little less variety with Swamp Fire. He's spaced out a good bit, but still, it's not as much. It is overlap, kind of, with his head and his body. With Big Chill, you could easily, with the greatest of ease, cut that head off, and it wouldn't matter. You get him. But feedback does not have the like quality size of image that we would want. So then we go down and we're like, how about 2 megapixels? And surprisingly, like this fan fiction art is like high megapixel. It was really up there, which is nice, but it's still not like the style that we're looking for. Good on them though to get like such a high result. They're the first result if you're looking for something this specific. So this is like the megapixel size where you can get a majority of the feedback images. And they're not like, they're not bad images. They're in the style, right? But there's so much overlap in like a default feedback standing position. It's the weirdest thing. Like here is a drawing of feedback that's like still a fan style kind of thing where it may be workable. But you see that watermark right there? This is DeviantArt, my OC do not steal kind of thing. You know what I mean? Now that can be worked around. True. And I have worked around it before. Also true. But is it a little scummy to work around it? Yes. I'll try to avoid it if I can. Nerd Tanker said I'm streaming Pokemon. Ooh, solid Tanker. Doom, 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 doom. How are you doing today, Nerd Tanker? It's good to see you. Do, 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 do. Still trying to find a good body for feedback. The body that we used last time was, lo and behold, not a feedback body. At least not a purely feedback body. So it would be nice if we could get there. Maybe, though, I don't need to use feedback. Even though all the pieces I currently have are feedback. Because there are multiple aliens that Ben uses that are electricity-based. Even though feedback is the best, considering that he was able to grab the energy from the Big Bang into his hands and shoot it at an enemy, trapping them in a time loop forever. You know, because that's these are the feats that we're balling with feedback. What y'all got? Fucking Shock Squatch Ripjaws. Very interesting combination, to be honest. Shock Squatch Ripjaws. I guess it doesn't electrocute itself in the water. That's what you would hope for. That it's not instantly just self-murder. What is this? When you're like, it should be relatively simple to get a transparent image of shock squatch. I think the problem is once you set the megapixels up to try and get really good quality, you eliminate a lot of the available images, which is disappointing because you would want a lot of the available images to be high quality if possible. This image of shock squatch is really small, but it was nice to have his arms and hands to the side so that there isn't a lot of overlap. The first image is like that, I believe, more or less. I could get an isolated arm, no doubt. So let's see what we can do. We paste in shock squatch, and I definitely can see us getting an arm. Can we get the body, though? I would really like to have a body I could start working with. Ooh, when you're editing the wrong thing. Okay. So no shoulders for you. We can keep the belt. That's not a lot of body to work with at all. This should be interesting. Kirby said, now the psychic deck I made is in Dawn of a New Era. Oops, solid. Glad to hear you're still working on that. I'll manipulate the proportions a little bit. Stretch it out. Reconnecting the face cam. Okay, I'm going to slide that down. Drag that up. I'm going to drag this up a little bit more. The other live chat, I need to get that set back up. Here we go. That's a little bit better. And I do have Discord up this time around, if anyone wants to chat via Discord. Okay, grab these things. Kirby said, haha, I wonder why. Do 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 do. Well, that needs to be darker. Well, that's getting a little dark. It's still really gray, like compared to everything else. I have been kind of curious about this. Doing an image that wasn't black and white. Let's see how it goes. Let's fuck around. Yellow is definitely a really crazy choice to go for. Oh gosh, like things that seem like slight imbalances in black and white, once you start throwing colors into the mix, can start feeling like huge imbalances. The yellow doesn't really pop on the tentacles. When you make it so bright, it no longer exists. I like the concept of seeing the energy on the wires. And like running through the arms and everything. That's pretty dope. Let's see. I imagine the arms should be moved slightly forward. They should be above the tentacles, but still behind the body. So then we're going to send it backwards one. There we go, because the stack up was just looking weird. Bring to front, and then bring back. We need the arms to protrude a little bit in order to create an illusion of like maybe having some form of shoulders. We could possibly give this a big upgrade head. I could see that. But of course I need to grab upgrade. Yeah, for this to be something that has any connection to upgrade whatsoever, it probably should, I don't know, include upgrade in some way. I like how there's a random upgrade Ben 10 picture mixed up with all the other upgrade images if you don't specify Ben 10. Oh, also, I think I read your comment so late, Kirby, that I lost the context for what your comment was talking about. What were you referring to when you said, haha, I wonder why? Do 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 do. Okay, let's see. Well, that looks dumb as fuck. Let's roll with it. Bring that down a little bit. We're going to send it to the very back. Control Z. Okay, send this to the back. Kirby said, when I sent you a message on Discord yesterday, and that was the only chat you didn't have to open. Only. Facts. Ooh. So now, Kirby, you'll have the ability to send me card text via the Discord. We're going to shrink this, make it a little easier to work with. I still don't know how I feel about making it a color versus black and white. I feel like the torso still doesn't fully fit with everything else. The torso is very twisted, while Upgrade has the straightest forward turned face, like in the history of forward turned faces. Kirby said, I'm seeing if I can add more options to the extra deck. Oops, solid. So, upgrade with the shock squash body. It's not that the shock squash body is terrible, but it's not the best around. Like, I feel / know I can do better. My brain was also like, what if you go really avant-garde with it? You give it that whole let's get weird approach. So the arms and the antenna are a part of the same thing. And you can see the antenna ports sticking out a little bit. So we're going to do that, but have the arms and everything facing down. And we're going to even it up for some symmetry action. Okay, so those two are aligned. Now we're going to rotate this up. Kirby said I just added 2 sets of 3 to the extra deck. Ooh, congratulations. Sounds like 6 cards. How many cards do you have in your extra deck currently, then? Well, not then. It would be now. How many do you have now? Trying to connect. There we go. 15. Okay, so now you're at like a full 15 card extra deck. So we're getting somewhere. With this colored image. Okay. So it doesn't have legs at the moment in any capacity, but it's already satisfied a couple things that I wanted, which is for it to include upgrade and for it to include a lightning type alien stuff. So we're going to shrink, well, not shrink, but extend that upgrade head a little bit. Looks really weird. My brain also just said, why not use Buzz Shock? Buzz Shock probably has really easy stuff. And is a lightning type alien. Buzz Shock, Benton. Look at how like spread out this image is. Holy shit. Look at how spread out this image is. Look how obvious as fuck his head is, to where you can just like snatch that shit off his body. This is the kind of image that you look for when you want to do projects like this. And this is set to transparent already. My boy isn't looking that transparent. I like how my mind said, Why the fuck you lying, Google? This one's transparent. This one looks like it'd be really good, but that's white. There's a difference between white and transparent. Copy image. My brain keeps continually going, fuck what I've done so far. I'll be fine. We're going to crop that. That is interesting. My mind's like, true facts. How much of his face can you grab without grabbing anything else? Can we expand that outwards to make it look a little more natural? You still have straight up just black bars on the side. Paste in. Oh, I guess that's what was on my clipboard now. I need Buzz Shock, but just the head game. Nothing else. It's really nice to have images like this image of Ditto, where they're standing up straight, similar to this image of Buzz Shock, which has hella like I was cut out of something like fidgety lines. Kirby said, "The ruler of all thoughts, Archfiend, is a beast." I imagine he's a beast in the sheets to be the ruler of all thoughts. THOTS. So we got Buzz Shock looking crazy as fuck, as always. Yeah, it's like, let's go simple. Why didn't I go Ben Victor? Like, every couple seconds, I go, wait a minute. Isn't there another Ben 10 alien? And the fucking, also is Frankenstrike, because they changed up his name. But it's always like, isn't there another Ben 10 alien? And he has, like, lightning or whatever. And it's like, yes. There's also my boy, Ben Victor, a.k.a. Frankenstrike. I still think that would have been a great picture to use. No matter what, though, Buzz Shock has a big-ass head. It's unavoidable truth. Dang, I really want to do a video where I talk about the Ben 10 reboot. Because there's so much that the Ben 10 reboot is doing that I think people are just not seeing because they're not watching the Ben 10 reboot. But holy fuck. Like, one of the few things I've always wanted to see, right, is Ben upgrade his own Omnitrix. So turn into upgrade, excuse me, and then warp his upgrade body over his watch, excuse me, in order to change how it works. And that happened. Like in the reboot series, Ben has actually upgraded his own watch by turning into upgrade. I think that's really cool. See how blurry that is? Super gross. But using this big-ass battery head doesn't seem like it'll be very useful. I've been very picky about this. It took me a while. I was very picky about this one, too. Getting this one done. To me, this one, it's very fan-arty. Like, it could be better. X said, "Hi, this was the shit back then. I fuck with you. And if you need help with monster forms and shit, ask me. Also, I'm ... When X is getting ready to... Are you getting ready to spit a bar? Are you going to rhyme off of I'm? fucking moving into my granny. Iskit. Moving into oh, you're moving in with your granny. I was like, what slang meaning would you have for moving into my granny? So you're moving with your granny. That's cool. I hope that like you have fun. Do, 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 do. With your granny. Let's see. That's a cool Ben Victor fan art. I fuck with that. But right now I'm doing lightning aliens combined with upgrade. Like that's my goal. X said about to be lit as fuck. Also play Roblox. I've noticed there are a lot of streamers who do Roblox. What is the appeal of Roblox? Why do people really vibe with that? Is amphibian? I don't know how you spell. Is it with F's? Yeah, it's amp and then it's amphibian with an F. So it seems like I could be able to do something with the greatest of ease with amphibian if I get the right image. Also, when the amphibian image says, "Don't worry about his legs," where we're going, need legs. Anyways, amphibian's gonna be thrown on because amphibian's whole thing is like electricity and water. So then we're gonna throw in upgrade in some way, hopefully. That's been like the biggest struggle, is finding a way to incorporate upgrade into something. X said, whatever the fuck pleases you, most likely a game about it on Roblox. So you're like, there's a game for every fandom on Roblox, ? Is that the idea? X said, I'm dead ass. He's like, I'm too serious. He said, I looked, UO. Oh, I looked up. What did you look up? Dun, 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 dun. Let's see, doing a comparison. X said, fuck me in games, Sirkug. I don't know what that means. I don't know what you meant to say is more where that goes. Let's see. Maybe amphibian with upgrade arms? Like, a lot of the upgrade images are face-on images. He's trying to say fuck me up in game search. I got you. Search has an A. Kirby said, "Is the struggle real?" ? I don't know. It's not looking fictional right now. Looking for these fucking upgrade picks. When the DeviantArt watermark is only on 2 out of 3, why? Well, it's not even 2 out of 3. It's only on 1 out of 3. Why post up 3 of your images and then only 1 of them you actually protected? What? Yo, this was by Bazel. No, hold on. Upgrade and Bazel Earth 27. This was by Upgrade Wrath on DeviantArt. These images that I'm about to use. X said, then it was a game called Fuck Me and You Was in a Butthole, nasty as fuck. So, Roblox, does it have filters? It's interesting, the concept that you could have a game on there that sounds so inappropriate. Okay, so this provided us with 2 out of 3 maybe usable upgrade models. I don't know. I'm really favoring the one on the far left. X is getting ready for that bar of the day. Let's see. I think we found the 1 out of the 3 we want. We're layering these two on top of each other for whatever reason. Probably because I can maybe edit out like half his body. And just throw that shit on there. I was like, this looks like something I might be able to do, but I'm not sure. Huh. It mainly looks kind of dopey only because of the fact that, like, crap. Well, that's definitely dopey. But I haven't edited, like, that part out. Still dopey, but less so. The shape of an L on or forehead. Yeah, you're going to want it on that edge. Edit out a few more things. My boy X is really calculating that bar of the day. Slide it up, slide it to the side. Looking a little bit cleaner. Definitely could still use some work. I can't just directly overshadow it and it look good, right? On the other side, rotate, flip horizontally. I feel like this should look like hot garbage. It kind of has an edge to fit on. When you're like, I don't care if it has an edge to fit on. It still is looking like hot garbage. Let's find out a little bit more, though. And then we're going to shrink in that center part. X said, rewrap the bar of the day, please. Oh, you already typed in the bar of the day. I thought you typed in the bar of the day, like the words bar of the day, and then I was waiting for the bar of the day. I didn't see that you had typed it up before. So here's X's bar of the day. Pop up in the cut, I get up with you, smoke them down like a damn swisher. That was all right. Swisher and witcha rhyme off of each other, kind of. So I see what you did there. Bom, 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 bom. Just no dick. Amphibian has no. there's a big ass void. Nothing there. There's something I gotta do for Amphibian. Need some help. The nethers. When you've got no nethers. That's looking a little bit better. Not gonna lie. It's an interesting way to mold them. Control A. Yeah, stop trying to like drag. There we go. So now we can black and white it. X said, Ralph is the realest street nigga in Ben 10, to be honest. Ralph. Ralph. When it's when your brain's like, who the fuck is Ralph? Also, if I imagine anyone to be like the realest street nigga in Ben 10, it's the fucking porcupine dude. The one who's like Kevin's friend and he sells illegal arms and shit. There's a universe where he gets the Omnitrix and he has that bitch gold plated. He's swimming around in gold coins like Scrooge McDuck. Like he his whole existence is like the hustle. That's who he is. That's his character. So I feel like if anyone is the realest nigga, it's the weird porcupine guy. I think he stole it. X said, lol, drug dealer. Him Q Hod. Oh, him God. Oh. Ooh. Hit me by surprise. That I fuck with this on a few levels. Still has the wide gape, but it adds character. I actually do fuck with this, not gonna lie. Goes in a really weird way. Yeah. my brain is like, that it just was really consistent. It just was a really consistent design. I like how it goes from the techno parts on the side with like the arms and the legs into more of the fish reflective scales, but it still has kind of like a line pattern, and they in an imperfect way flow into each other because it's kind of like an imperfect combination between nature and technology. So I fuck with this. This is actually pretty cool. Ooh, reconnecting the face cam stream. Do. But yeah, this is ballin'. So you have this with amphibian and upgrade put together, and then we have this with like, it's kind of like upgrade, but it's kind of like accelerate, but it's kind of like feedback, but it's kind of like ghost freak. You know, I felt like this was too many things. It looks nice, right? But it's not like what I want. It's not like what I was after. But this is more of what I was after. It has lightning abilities with amphibian, but it has upgrade abilities with upgrade, and it uses color rather than black and white in a way that actually works, in a way that I'm actually like, yes, this is acceptable. This is something where like I feel confident about what I've made. But I feel like that's in large part because of this amphibian center part. I feel like I was able to grab so much of amphibian's body to where I could just use parts of other characters' bodies as addition. It's now around like 2 something. I'd say maybe around 3 is when I'd have to be like signing out. So far, I made this before the stream, but this was the first Ben 10 Alien thing that I kind of made. Then we have this one, who so far is my favorite of the Ben 10 jet edits. I guess it would be amp grade or up amp. Is up amp better? I like it because it's like increase the charge almost. It's not grade Fibian or some shit, or up Fibian. So I think amp up. Amp up? That doesn't sound like a name as much as it does like an attack. but amp up isn't too bad. So amp up or up amp. I guess amp up. Amp up has more of a ring to it. Do 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 do. And then this one's just like a cluster of things. Kirby said upgrade isn't a name. So it's not. Yeah, I see. Like the standard that I'm being held toward, considering it's like a Benton fan thing, anyways. It's fine for it to be kind of weird. This, and like half of his body is Ghost Freak. Then it has the arms and tentacles of Feedback. And then it has the head shape of Accelerate. And then the head style of Upgrade. It's a big cluster. It's like a Kevin 11 style thing. The way that like the different features are placed. So how many aliens is it? Ghost Freak, Upgrade, Feedback, Accelerate. So it's like a 4. So a name that rhymes with 4. Thor 4? I don't want to be confused with like actually Thor. But let's just say this is like a Kevin 11 knock, where the idea is it's supposed to be like someone who's absorbed multiple creatures from the Omnitrix, and because of it has become a cluster of them. I guess people can be named after Greek gods. We hang out with a guy who calls himself Kratos all the time. So this will be Thor 4, and then this is Amp Up. The next one will probably also be Amphibian. I don't know. I really fuck with this one. I keep looking at Amp Up and being like, yeah, no crotch, but no crotch needed. Everything's fine. So whatever I do, it needs to have upgrade parts and electricity. So I don't know why my brain just said, hey, let me do another amphibian based thing. It's because it looks cool. It's because it looks fucking great. But this is upgrade is the main part of this, which is why it's so difficult to do. Got him. So maybe I'll be able to do what I did with amphibian, where I took the upgrade parts and placed them on the side of a head and like torso combo. That could be possible. I think Dex changed their profile image to Caulifla, which is interesting. I really need to get back into Dragon Ball Super. I've fallen behind. Right now, I'm trying to get back into the reboot of Ben 10. So much good stuff has happened in the reboot. It's starting to be a show. Before it was very like gag and comedy based, but there are like some legit action sequences in these recent Ben 10 reboot episodes that have me like it's back. It's actually good. I feel like a lot of people don't give shows like that a chance. They see like, oh, they made like a kiddie reboot of Ben 10 and they kind of drop it. But I feel like they're picking the ball back up, and I'm excited to see what they'll do next. But I'm also a fanboy, so like take everything I say with a grain of salt. Kirby said, "It's back, back again. Ben is back. Tell a friend. Ben is back. 10 are back. Ben is back." Yo, Kirby and X, do you two mind Ben 10 reboot spoilers? Or can I go ham? Because if I can go ham, boy, I'm excited to definitely talk about it. Especially since I'm doing like Ben 10 designs anyway. Oh, Kirby says go ham straight. X, would you mind if I went ham and talked about the Ben 10 reboot? hit you up with those hard spoilers. Yo, Dex, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Kirby said, "Go green eggs and ham." Dex, do you mind if I talk about Benton? Oh, thank you for smashing that like button. Truly appreciate it. Yo, Dex, do you mind if I talk about Benton reboot spoilers while I'm on here? I'm laughing at my own fucking thank you for smashing the like button thing. Oh, 2 smashes. Thank you kindly. Dex is like, gotta smash that like button. Smashing it. But yeah, do you mind if I talk about Benton reboot spoilers? Because I've been watching the Benton reboot series out of order, especially since the order is different depending on if you watch it in the UK or in the US, which is gross. Why you gotta be so inconsistent? It's the same episodes. It's just the order they like come out in is different. Odd. Dex said, "You mean on Cartoon Network?" Yeah, on Cartoon Network. The new Ben 10 reboot. They've been doing some interesting shit that I'd like to talk about. That I've gotten like legitimately hype over. Mainly because I saw them today. Dex said, "Oh my gosh, who made that, XD? Are you talking about who made the reboot?" The reboot is made by Man of Action. It's the same people who made the original Ben 10 series are like, let's do it again. Kirby said, "Smash the like button in the face like a boss." Are you asking who made this image? Because this image, Dex said, "Smash." Because this image is called Amp Up. This is one of the images we made in this Jets Edits episode. This is actually a really simple image that just turned out really well. I really like it. And then this one is Thor 4. There's another image that we've made. Kirby said, "Go Jacksepticeye." Dex says, "Intensifies." I like how Kirby is posting in both chats so that Dex like also has the opportunity to react to things, and then I have the opportunity to react to things separately, I guess, for some reason. I don't know why do both. I wonder, can I get Ben Victor's back? It's like Victor. And really is Frankenstrike now. Because fucking Benton had to go and change the names at a certain point. I know I can get the back things for feedback. Dex said, "But to be honest, I like the animations on the reboot, but Gwen's and Grandpa's, the voices." You don't like Gwen and Grandpa's voices? I think they're fine. That might be something that when I originally watched it, I may have had a gripe with, but after watching a bunch of episodes of it, it doesn't faze me anymore. I've heard people complain about Grandpa's eyes in the reboot because they're just black. They're just really soulless. One thing that's really weird is that Omniverse went for a more detailed look for the characters, which was the series right before the reboot, and then the reboot kind of toned down detail on characters. Dex said, "I missed the OG Gwen." Like the original Gwen voice actor. Is the voice actor different for Gwen in the reboot? My brain is like really having trouble going back and connecting it and being like, yeah, it's different. I'm just not feeling it. The difference. What am I going to do? What am I going to do for this red upgrade? It's cool. I like it. I need it to be lightning. Kirby said Gwen Stacy. When Gwen Stacy is the OG Gwen. So, what am I going to do for a Klondike bar? Bum, bum. I need fucking upgrade with lightning. So I need another Ben 10 alien that has lightning powers. That'll be easy to edit. So not Frankenstrike. necessarily, because I don't think he'll be easy to edit. Let's keep looking up stuff for Frankenstrike, though. Listen up, y'all, because this is it. Kirby said, not sponsored by Klondike, all caps. You right? Well, I don't know. I don't know what ad they're going to throw on this. To support the official release. Dex said, I was crushing on Gwen long ago, but at this point, I see her as a lolly. They kept aging up Gwen. You know what I mean? Like, just, we got adult Gwen in the original series when they went in the Ben 10,000 episode, right? Then adult Gwen, I think, appears again in Kenton, but I'm not sure. In that episode of the original series that follows his son. Then we get to see adult Gwen again in Omniverse. Is that the very next time we see adult Gwen? I know we get Ultimate Ben 10,000 and Ultimate Alien, but I don't remember if we get to see Gwen in that at all. I don't think so. I'm not sure anymore. It shouldn't be too hard to keep up with all the different iterations of Gwen. Also, why can't I make this image bigger? Oh shit! It just legitimately won't. It won't even. Oh, well, I guess I'm not grabbing that. Seeing this immediately was like, oh, Dex said, by the way, if you don't mind, later tomorrow, can we talk about the Skullgirls mobile new skins? Oh, I mean, we can talk about like anything now. Like the topic for the Jet edits doesn't have to be Ben 10. Even though I'm making like Ben 10 images, we can talk about anything we want. What about the new skins? I haven't seen them. Also, fucking, why won't you click things, Google? Dex said, didn't want to interrupt. Nah, man, you can't interrupt yourself. You know what I mean? This is like, the stream is literally me drawing and talking to you all. And the conversation just naturally goes wherever it goes, kind of thing. But yeah, you're good, Dex. Like, continue. I'm down to listen. Dex said, I respect other streams. Like, the emoji is always loose butthole. They never have an emoji that's like tight butthole, where like the finger is closed and your hand's making a turkey. Because that tight butthole is what you want. And then a heart. I appreciate that, Dex. Dum, 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 dum. Maybe I can grab one of these back things. It's so gross. It's so gross that it's already a thing. My brain's also like, well, maybe you could use it as a base and fuse it with another additional thing. I mean, that doesn't sound out of the question, but it makes using Frankenstrike just unoriginal to begin with. Kirby said, I want to get the PS3 Skullgirls after the Fighting Central episode. The Fighting Central episode got you hype? Good. How do you feel about what we did for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and the Moonhunter stuff on those streams? I'm very curious about Moonhunters as well, like what you all thought about that. Dex said, but if you like the Skullgirls mobile, have 9 new skins dropping soon, with Big Band's double OG skin, which hyped fans up. Ballin'. Bum, 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 bum. That sounds like pretty cool. Fucking Zingo. If I could get a transparent thing of Zingo, I would do something with Zingo. There's a Ben 10 episode where he has to fight a character who has Toon Force. Dex said that Dex cried at the fucking new Skullgirls mobile skins. That's when you get the true feels. Dex is a fan through and through. Skullgirls mobile. You already know what it is. Squiggly. Is actually Torvor's thing. Dex is all about Bale. Woof. So that was weird, even for me. Not the best at the howl, but I know that Torvor is all about Squiggly. Dex is all about Beowulf. Kirby, who do you fuck with? And Skullgirls. Who's like your main, your go-to? Kirby said, shout out to Squiggly. There's gotta be something I can do. If only I could get a transparent image of fucking Zingo. But I'm pretty sure Zingo is just not available. Dex said 1.6.0 update. She might get added. Oh, the hype train never ends, bro. It never ends. Okay, can we get a transparent Zingo? Is somebody out there, a big enough Ben 10 reboot fan, to have made a transparent image of a boy Zingo? Excuse me, they have not. They're sleeping on my boy Zingo. What is this mockery? Yeah, right now my mind is like, are there weather ones? Are there Ben 10 aliens that are weather-based, where you could be like, they can do lightning through weather manipulation? I don't think so. There are like a few power territories that Ben never really enters. Dex said, oh snap, I see your other stream of Ben 10 XD. Yeah, so on this stream, I'm drawing images. So we got Amphibian combined with Upgrade as Amp Up. And then we have Thor 4, which is like a play on like a Kevin 11 concept of someone who's absorbed multiple aliens and has become like an amalgamation of the different aliens. And now I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do, because the goal for this stream is Upgrade plus Lightning characters, because in every Ben 10 incarnation, when Upgrade and Lightning mix, you get bullshit. You just get bullshit that like shouldn't exist, and it's great. And I want to do a video about how not Omniverse Ben 10, who is by far one of the best Ben 10s of all time. Omniverse Ben 10 took a big bang to the face as Ben, not transformed into an alien, and then and then turned into feedback and held the Big Bang itself into his hands and shot it at someone. But that's not, I want to do not Omniverse Ben 10, who's like really fucking great. I want to do Reboot Ben 10, who everyone's sleeping on. I was sleeping on Reboot Ben 10, but the feats of Reboot Ben 10. Can't sleep on him anymore. Can't. I feel like he deserves a respect thread all on his own. So, do you? Kirby said, "How do you hold the fucking Big Bang?" It's quite simple, Kirby. Right as the Big Bang is occurring, right? You transform into feedback, who has the ability to absorb and redirect any form of energy, including the Big Bang itself. And then you shoot it, and like an enemy whose power is he manipulates time because he gets cucked, because the Big Bang didn't finish, so time isn't a thing yet. So the villain who manipulates time has nothing to manipulate. So you just cuck the shit out of him. It was such a meme. It was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. And they were like, Ben, why didn't you die from the Big Bang? And he says, I always thought the Omnitrix had a failsafe where if I was gonna die, it would just turn me into whatever I needed to not die. So I didn't die. And I feel like this is a huge feat for Ben. That's an incredible feat for Ben. That's like saying, like, well, who would win in a fight? Ben 10 versus Superman. And then you're like, well, Superman just speed blitz the shit out of Ben, right? He goes as fast as he can, and he just like annihilates Ben before he can do shit. And then you go, well, in the episode, A Dawn to a New Era, Ben has revealed that the Omnitrix has a bullshit failsafe where Superman could legit just go up and kill Ben, but the Omnitrix would say nope and turn him into whatever he needs to just beat his ass. Dex said, to be honest, I'd wear the Omnitrix. Yeah, I would also wear the Why would I not? Kirby said, so they went back in time to when the Big Bang happened and blasted the shit out of a guy with the Big Bang. Yes. They revealed that the Annihilarg, which is this thing that was introduced in Alien Force, it's like a button where if you press the button, it destroys the universe. And it seemed like a bullshit thing because for the longest time we were like, how does anyone get an Annihilarg? Who made that? Why would I make a button that just destroys the fucking universe? Like, what's the point? You learn in A Dawn of a New Era or whatever, which is an episode of Ben 10 Omniverse, that fifth dimensionals, Kirby said, I'm crying at the bullshit. A race of fifth dimensional beings build Annihilargs and then go to non-universes. They're just white. Like, it's not outer space or anything. It's just whiteness. It's just fucking blank. They they go to these blank spaces and they press the Annihilarg button, and it's a Big Bang. That's essentially what the Annihilarg is it's just like creating a universe. But if a Big Bang goes off in a universe that already exists, it doesn't make a new universe. It makes it another like blank white space or whatever. Because that's what happened when Ben survived the Annihilarg. Technically, Ben survived a Big Bang event twice. Once when the Annihilarg went off and destroyed the universe, and then Ben recreated the universe as Alien X. And the second time when Ben took an Annihilarg to the face, not as Alien X. I think that's like a really impressive point. Not as God. And then turned into fucking feedback. Dex said, to be honest, I'll be just upgrade 24/7. Got that Samsung S15 XD. Kirby said, destroyed the universe. What the fuck? Yeah, the Incursions had the Annihilarg, right? And they were like, if you don't do what we say, then we'll destroy the universe with the Annihilarg. But the Annihilarg like falls on the ground or some bullshit. Like, I think someone presses it. I think the Incursions might have pressed the shit on purpose, which is crazy. Like, someone pressed the Annihilarg, I think. That or it was dropped. It's one of the two things. Dex said, Mama need a new car. Bam! Upgrade. Kirby said, then recreates the universe. What is this bullshit? Yeah, so it's been established that if the universe is destroyed, Alien X is so beyond everything that Alien X still survives, which is bullshit. It's like the whole universe is destroyed, right? And there are multiple Alien X creatures that exist. There's not just one. But we see everything get destroyed and Alien X be the only thing in existence. And it's like, why would Ben's Alien X specifically be the only celestial sapien to exist? But Upgrade is good as fuck, not gonna lie. My Omnitrix loadout, like the aliens I would pick, would be Upgrade, Ghost Freak, Feedback, Upgrade, Ghost Freak, Feedback. Gray Matter is a must. And this is like if I could only pick 10, right? So Upgrade, Feedback, Gray Matter, Ghost Freak. Dex said, wait, isn't there an upgrade of each alien when they released version 2 from Evil Bin? Kirby said, this kind of reminds me of Kirby's Return to Dreamland event. So there's not an ultimate form of every alien for some reason, which is bullshit. I don't know why they don't all have ultimates, but the theory that I've heard is that they don't all have ultimates because some of them are already ultimate. Like, that's the concept, is that, like, for some aliens, they don't get any better than what they currently are. So there is no, like, ultimate heat blast, with the concept being that, like, the heat blast that he has is the best possible heat blast he could have. And no problem, Dex. You're fine. I knew what you meant. But no, there isn't an ultimate of every version, like of every alien. But ultimate upgrade would be really interesting. One thing that happened in the Ben 10 reboot recently is Ben turned into Upgrade, and then he formed himself over his own Omnitrix. So he upgraded his own Omnitrix as Upgrade, and I was like, I always wanted to see that shit happen. This one of that was, it's like I can mark that off my bucket list, that like Ben has an upgraded form of his thing. Dex said, "Ooh, it's called Ultimate." Kirby said, "What the hell would be an upgrade of Alien X?" And then Dex said, "God." He said God would be the upgrade of Alien X. Because it is true that, like, Alien X isn't the most powerful thing. I'm pretty sure the Fifth Dimensionals, who, like, create the Annihilarg and shit, I think they're the most powerful thing we've ever seen. But I don't know what makes them that much better than Alien X, truly. But I mean, like, the fucking Fifth Dimensional Observers, they're like the Watchers. They didn't care. They didn't care at all. Dex said, "Forgive me, Father, for saying your name in vain." Doom, 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 doom. Fuck. I keep staring at this upgrade because I don't know what Lightning Ben 10 alien I want. Can I search, like, lightning manipulation or some shit and then put Ben 10 after it and see what aliens come up? Can I, like, search Ben 10 aliens specifically based on what abilities they have on the Wikia or not? So we got, like, power listing Wikia. I think the face cam, I'm going to have to reconnect it in a second. Yep. I watched it, like, slowly fail. There we go. Face cam's back. That was quick, actually. So I can't just type in lightning manipulation Benton. I don't like how Buzzshock looks. Amphibian's cool as fuck, but we already did that. Frankenstrike and Upgrade is already a thing that exists. Feedback and Upgrade, maybe I can make that work now. Hold on. Feedback has been, like, the hardest setup. I can't wait. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, Alien X is pretty powerful, and Alien X is described as being able to do, like, whatever with his thoughts. I saw a video where someone said, "Alien X 2 OP, please nerf," and that was pretty great. But Alien X still isn't the best alien Ben has necessarily, because Clockwork is pretty good. It's been shown that Alien X can be erased from time, and it's been shown that Clockwork's time manipulation abilities could potentially just erase Alien X from time. Potentially. However, I feel like Alien X, because it doesn't seem like Clockwork ever fully freezes time but just slows down time a lot, could probably think before Clockwork could get him. And all he has to do is think to win the fight. He could literally think, like, I won the fight. And then, like, what would you do? He just manipulates reality with his thoughts, straight up. It's really bullshit, but like it's how his power works. There's been a lot of debate recently about like who would win in a fight, Ben 10 or Goku or Ben 10 and Superman, and the community is so divided about it because everyone's like, you don't understand. My character is bullshit. Like Kirby said, bitch, you thought I win. But I think Reboot Ben, he just has too many good feats now for you to not take him seriously. Reboot Ben, in one episode, gained Toon Force. If you're not familiar with Toon Force, it's essentially how, like, oh, man, look at how fucking epic this picture is. Fucking love that. Oh, shit. It's the full GIF. I dig it. This was such a great moment in the show when it happened. But anyways, where was I? I don't even remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah, so Toon Force is like the shit that Looney Tunes do, where like they can just make whatever they want and just pull shit out of nothing. And he could just do cartoon bullshit. Ben had gotten to the point where he could do cartoon bullshit. And it wasn't like Ben unlocked an alien in the Omnitrix whose power was cartoon bullshit. It was like Ben himself, without transforming, had Toon Force. And I was like, what? What? You can't just like give base Ben a power, because as soon as you do it, Ben's just broken. Like, you could say, who would win in a fight? Ben 10 versus Goku, right? And then Ben could actually have a chance without transforming, is like essentially what you're saying. Because Toon Force is just dumb. Like, Bugs Bunny can use Toon Force to erase beings with a pencil. You could like make a pencil, and it's like Toon Force is just like meta. Like, your power is that I'm meta and I can do bullshit because I'm in a cartoon. So if I made a pencil, I can just erase people like with my pencil and they would die. It would actually erase them. Kirby said, better not encounter DIP reference to the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit. You know what? Who Framed Roger Rabbit? It's interesting that I'm glad they didn't just have too much Toon Force bullshit. You definitely see Toon Force a lot in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but it's not like they just solve all their problems with Toon Force, which could have easily been the film, like for real. Because when you have a bunch of cartoon characters in our world and you have like normal people they interact with, they're a little too broken for normal people. You know, you can just Toon Force your way out of a bunch of situations. What's all these humanoid feedbacks? That's actually like a really interesting take. Kirby said, dip is the only way to kill a Toon. Fuck. You was right. Oh, by the way, this shit right here, I lost my mind. So what you're seeing on screen is Gax. Gax is Ben 10 as Vilgax, not fan art. Well, hold on. This actually is fan art. This one though, not fan not fan art. Ben actually gets a transformation that's like Vilgax. And when I saw this, what the fuck? Let me talk about this for a second. Let me get on this, the fucking Gax conversation. And I'll probably do a separate video as well where I like do a discussion. So in the original Ben 10 series, when Ben had to fight Vilgax, I thought to myself, Vilgax has a lot of interaction with the Omnitrix. Like, he straight up like touches the face of the dial. He tries to get the Omnitrix off of Ben and shit. And it's crazy that Ben never unlocked Vilgax and the Omnitrix to be able to use against him. It was something that I always wanted to see. I always wanted to see Ben like take on the Vilgax form, and what would that look like? what would he be able to do with Vilgax's power? Then, in Ben 10 Omniverse, they introduced feedback, and the whole concept behind feedback was that when Ben is feedback, he feels more like himself than he does as Ben. So he turns into feedback, and he's like, "This is the real me." And whenever he gets into a situation where like clearly another alien would be better, Ben will turn into feedback anyways because that's what he wants to do, and he'll find a way to make it work. Speaking of which, feedback still awesome as fuck. Held Big Bang in hands. I digress. The feedback thing was really interesting. Like, it was one of the best storylines in Omniverse because 11-year-old Ben unlocks feedback, and then after facing one of Ben's major villains, the major villain actually erases feedback from the Omnitrix. He makes it where Ben is no longer able to turn into feedback. It was a form that Ben considered more himself than his body. Like, he felt more like Ben as feedback than as like his human self. Dex said 11-year-old Ben was lit. Facts. Omniverse was fucking great. Continuing on. So there's this huge story arc across fucking Ben 10 Omniverse where like 5 years later, Ben finally has a heart-to-heart with himself. He talks to his younger self, and he's able to overcome the pain and the trials from before in order to reclaim the feedback DNA into the Omnitrix and turn back into feedback. And it's such like an emotional, introspective moment that really builds on Ben's character and like changes him. And it's just fucking great writing, right? So this is, you take, I've always wanted to see him turn into Vilgax concept, right? And you take the, I've always wanted like a storyline, like the feedback storyline, because it was so fucking great. And then I've always wanted to see Ben upgrade his own Omnitrix. You know, that's like another thing that I always wanted to see. And then having Ben have to deal with losing a transformation and getting over that, that was really cool. They put all that shit into one storyline in the reboot, and they put it into like the best storyline from the first season of Ben 10. Like they took the, we're going to introduce Vilgax story. And then they fucking, like, my brain is like, and remember the fucking bounty hunters, like 6'6", there's the Tetrax bounty hunter, and there's like the Crab bounty hunter or whatever from the Ben 10 original series. Like, their characters were cool. Guess what? They were like, let's put them in the storyline too. Like, they they took like the feedback concept and they applied it to Gax, which is like Ben's ability to turn into Vilgax. And they made it where when Ben is Gax, he feels like better than just being Ben, like to the point where it's almost addicting to be Gax. He wants to feel that power. He wants to be that powerful. And I mean, Gax can accidentally step and like crack a mountain in half. Like, Gax is strong as fuck. But they took the bounty hunter storyline from the original series, the Vilgax storyline from the original series, concepts from like the feedback storyline from Omniverse, and then they added an extra twist where for a while Ben was unable to turn into himself. They made it where like, happened somewhat in the Vilgax storyline, they had this thing where Ben was rapidly changing from alien to alien, but he couldn't control it, right? But in this one, they're like, not only is he rapidly changing from alien to alien and can't control it, but he also can't turn back to normal. And it was like, oh shit. Then there's a storyline in Ben 10 where Ben has to fight Vilgax, but he has like master control, so Ben can choose which alien he can be. They put that storyline in it. Like, the Man of Action fucking, they put their foot into like this 4-part episode of the Ben 10 reboot. And that sounds like a lot of content because episodes for the old Ben 10 series were like half an hour each. So a 4-part episode sounds like fucking 2 hours of content. But no, because the reboot of Ben 10 only works with like 11-minute episodes. So in all, you're watching like 44 minutes of content, but it's such a great 44 minutes. I can't, like, like they said, how can we cover like a bunch of ground all at once in the best way? And they did it. So I fucked with it. I fucked with it. If you haven't watched the Ben 10 reboot series yet, highly encourage you do. Highly encourage you check it out. Fucking amazing. This is now you may be wondering to do that and not just draw another picture because I don't know what to do with upgrade? Question mark. Like I'm legitimately just like, this is such a great picture of upgrade. Sure wish I just knew what to do with it. Ripperoni and cheese. I can do a reverse of amp up. Kirby said, because nerdgasming is fun, damn it. You're not wrong. I definitely did just have a hard nerdgasm. You should have seen me at fucking DragonCon. Dex with the hard eyes to the side. You should have seen me at fucking DragonCon. When you say DragonCon. At DragonCon, Kirby. When I walked into a panel room, and I was like sitting in the panel room, like just to wait for the next thing to show up. You know, I wasn't seriously interested in, like, here's Dark Horse in comics. You know, I was like, there's a panel after Dark Horse in comics, but I'll sit through Dark Horse in comics, and then I'll get to the panel I want to see. And then the creator of Flaming Carrot's on the panel, right? I'm like, oh, man, like, I know him. Like, I've talked to the creator of Flaming Carrot before. Like, he's signed books for me. He's given me discounts on his books before. I've asked him to use his characters. I've drawn fan art of Flaming Carrot. Like, he helped introduce me to, like, the creators of the Ninja Turtles. It's fucking awesome. So I see the Flaming Carrot dude, and I get hyped, right? I see the guy who created Mr. X, which I've never been the biggest fan of Mr. X, but it's still, like, he's iconic. Then I see a guy. Ooh, he is an interesting figure indeed. Then I see like a few people, you know, I don't know who they are. One of them introduces myself. Hi, I'm Steven Siegel. I work with Men of Action. I've worked on shows like Big Hero 6 and Ben 10. I'm just in the fucking audience. I'm in the front row like, what do you mean? I'm getting my phone ready to stream and shit. I'm like, that was amazing. Because I mean, like, this is what I fuck with. Amphibian. We learned our lesson. It has a weird name. Still didn't type it in correctly. When you say you learned your lesson and you didn't learn shit. Kirby said, I remember you took a picture with the Ben 10 guy. Dang right I did. Fucking that was like the most solid surprise. Yeah, and my brain legitimately just said like, and I wouldn't have had it any other way. I think if I had went there and I had known that the Ben 10 guy was there, I would have streamed more. I would have gotten more content. I feel like that's totally true. But the surprise was a big part of it. I really enjoyed the like, what? You know, like the nerdgasm wouldn't have been the same if I got it from reading a pamphlet. I think I want his arms back. I think I want both his arms back. Kirby said, I worked on Ben 10. Holy shit, what? Because, I mean, it's not every day. Especially when we've, like, lost people. Like, the creator of Static Shock was one of, like, the big guys on Ben 10, Dwayne McDuffie, sadly. Also, it just occurred to me: is the original Ben 10 and Alien Force Ben 10 the weakest Ben 10 of all the Ben 10s? Period. Like even the reboot stronger than them. Like I think we have a tier list on the works because reboot Ben 10 doesn't have access to Alien X, but he has access to Toon Force. Also, I have this theory. Hear me out. So Ben gets access to Toon Force abilities, in like one of the reboot episodes, but his Toon Force abilities are never said to have gone away. There's actually no indication that they go away, which is really crazy. Like Ben accidentally uses Toon Force in front of Gwen, and Gwen says, "Don't you get it? You also have Toon Force." And Ben's like, "What?" And then he turns into Heat Blast, and like his aliens also still have Toon Force. So like, it's not just Ben has Toon Force when he's normal. If Ben transforms into an alien, he can also use Toon Force as the alien. So he's fighting against this Toon, right? And the Toon essentially just runs away and like goes back into the television universe or whatever. But there's like, it's never stated, oh, and now that the Toon went back to his universe, Ben some reason, like for whatever reason, loses his powers. Like that's never said. It doesn't end and it's like Ben no longer has Toon Force. It's no, he doesn't try to use his Toon Force and it not work. No one says, well, I guess you don't have those powers anymore. Because that's what happened recently. When Ben upgraded his own Omnitrix, there was this whole thing where he had master control for a little bit, where he could transform into any alien he wanted by thinking of it. And I mean, it was rapid. And he was so good at it too. Because he had been going like for days, just constantly transforming even in his sleep, without any control over it. So he's gotten used to fighting, changing from alien to alien rapidly. And he's gotten used to like balancing his different alien skills together with each other. So when he upgraded his Omnitrix and gave himself master control, he was beating the shit out of Vilgax. There was nothing Vilgax could really do because Ben, he was just on a whole other level at that point. That's another thing that I just realized they incorporated into that storyline. He shows off his ability to use his aliens together, not only in the Ben 10 episode where he unlocked master control from the original series, but it's a big point in an episode with Kevin 11 where him and Kevin are in like gladiator matches, but he has to teach Kevin how to best use his alien powers in combination with each other. And there's a whole video where you could tell that Ben truly understood that like if you have access to these powers at the same time, then you can do this and this and this and this. Like we got to see Ben actually develop that over the course. That's a fucking great set of 4 episodes. Like Omnitricked is a 4-part like episode thing that they did for the Ben 10 reboot. I can't recommend it enough. I've been riding it like for a lot of this episode, just talking about it instead of drawing pictures because I don't fucking know what to do. There aren't enough light. My brain started complaining. It was like there are not enough fucking lightning aliens. They got me when they were like, we already did the fucking combination with Frankenstrike, Shock Squatch. Let's do Shock Squatch. When you like complain and bitch, but you really haven't messed with Shock Squatch too much. You tried to grab his like torso earlier. The fuck is that? Kirby said also, it's past your 3 p.m. One more drawing, Kirby. Reason why one more drawing? Because this is a Jet Edits, but all I did was talk about Ben 10. I drew Amp Up in like a few moments. I just drew it really fast because it's not really a drawing, because none of these are really drawings. And then I made this before the stream. So I kind of cut you guys out of the whole creative process for this one. I didn't know where I was going necessarily. I just knew I wanted to combine feedback and upgrade in some way. Here's amphibian and upgrade. And then hopefully we'll be able to get upgrade in shock squatch. This one looks like it has solid arms that I can use. Oh gosh. This is when you learn how large the image actually is. That white outline though. Why? Yeah, it's like upgrade parts look awkward on other beings. So it's easier to put the parts of other beings on upgrade. Good as fuck with amphibian, so maybe I'm lying. Gosh. When you look at it and you're like, that looks kind of gross, but I still kind of fuck with it. Oop, rotate. We're going to flip that horizontally real quick. Flip on that S. Scoot it up. Scoot it up. Scoot it up. I recently got triggered as fuck watching a Seth the Programmer video. My brain suddenly was like, oh fuck, are we finally there? Am I finally gonna do a video where I react to the fucking Seth the Programmer video? Hashtag incredible cancer. So that was like Ben 10 would beat Superman and Goku. Like that was like the premise of the video. I don't think it used any of the reboot feats. But the video was actually pretty well done. It like cites episodes where it gets its information from. Some of his claims were a little too big. Like he would claim that Ben was capable of doing things that I would argue it's like Ben isn't on that level necessarily for you to make that kind of claim. But other than that, I don't think he did like a horrible job. And then Seth the Programmer essentially does a video where he just shits on this guy for like a long period of time. And then he references a lot of things as if they're like hypothetical because he doesn't actually watch Ben 10. So like some of the things that he'll say, well, you know, we don't know if Alien X is multiversal. He says shit like that, right? Then he'll show you a scan from like a Ben 10 guidebook. This looks awful. He'll show you a scan from a Ben 10 guidebook. Ben can destroy multiple, like Alien X can destroy universes, right? With a thought. Universes implies multiverse automatically. Because multiverse means like multiple universes. Got him. Like, like it's one of those things where like it doesn't make sense for you to say that, but then show something that clearly, how am I not multiversal but can destroy multiple universes? Like it's little things like that where it's just weird inconsistencies that like don't fit. And then he also has this argument where he's like, what if you took Alien X out of his universe and then he didn't have any power? Like, what if his powers were restrained to his universe? Number one, I can destroy multiple universes but don't have any power outside of my universe. The fuck? Like that doesn't how do those like two concepts connect? And I'm restrained. I guess the argument would be if Alien X isn't in his home universe, he can't destroy his not home universe. What? Like like the concept would be his power stems from the universe of which he lives in for some reason. And then when he's outside of that universe, he doesn't have that power. No, I don't agree with that argument. Interesting idea, but like I don't think there's support for it. Also, we've seen Ben's travel between alternate universes, and we even get to see Ben 10,000 with his Biomnitrix system turn into a combination of Alien X and Atomics, which is like creating a nuclear reality warping alien that has bullshit anime powers, like the Hamina Hamina Ha, which is like a knock on but essential equivalent to Kamehameha kind of thing. And he's in another universe. So if he has powers and is Alien X and is in another universe, then shut the fuck up. Like, like that's where that formula goes. Seth the programmer. You guys may at home be like, Jed, are you calling out Seth the programmer? I was like, well, here's how I feel about it. If I was to talk about Ben 10, no, sorry, because I am talking about Ben 10. If I was to talk about Dragon Ball, and I was to say some stupid shit, Seth the programmer, please roast the shit out of me. Like, if I say anything about Dragon Ball, and you're like, I got his ass. Let me burn his ass right now on this Dragon Ball. Let's go. Then I'd be like, yes, because like, Seth the programmer has digested so much more Dragon Ball content than me, where I'm like, he has actual authority to talk about what he's saying when he says things on Dragon Ball. I don't agree with everything Seth the programmer says on Dragon Ball. When it comes to ethos for Dragon Ball, Seth the programmer has it. But when Seth the programmer is going to shit on this other dude who has Ben 10 ethos and establishes it by citing scenes from the show as evidence for his argument, a show that he watches, a show that he's watched, and then Seth the programmer has the goal to make a comeback video that has like inconsistent points that would probably be consistent points if he watched the show. Like that's why it's like a hard call out. I'm like, you just don't have the knowledge for you to shit on someone else's knowledge. And it's also just because it's something I'm really passionate about, right? Like, I'm not a Ben 10 channel where we do a whole bunch of Ben 10 content, but we could be with the greatest ease. Like, like, don't fucking play with me. Like, if I decided I wanted to do like Ben 10 theory videos and respect threads, I have the knowledge base to do that kind of thing. Right now, I'm trying to reconnect the face cam. Yeah, I have the knowledge base to do Ben 10 videos. But don't, Seth the programmer, do like a shitty Ben 10 video in response to what you feel is a shitty Ben 10 video. I feel like it undermines your whole point, right? For you to be like, man, this guy really didn't get his facts straight. Fucking. But it's like, you didn't, though. Like, you can't get on the other dude, Seth, if your thing is shittier. Like, after watching both videos, Seth's video was shittier than the other dude's. And that's why I want to start doing more Ben 10 videos. Fuck it. Fun with this one. I feel like the videos I want to make, though, right now are like of things that I've already talked about on this stream. So they kind of be retreading old ground. I think one thing that I definitely need to do, though, is a Ben 10 reboot respect thread. Ben 10 reboot Ben is so fucking great. He can upgrade his own Omnitrix. Confirmed. He has utilized Toon Force, and it's technically unclear whether or not he still has Toon Force. He's never used it, but as far as he may not be aware that he still has access. But there's no reason for him to not. I think that's the big thing. So I actually think this upper half of this upgrade looks all right. He just needs legs. So we're searching for legs. Something consistent, please. Copy image. I don't like that these are running legs. Because the image we have is not of a character running clearly. And technically they don't have to be running legs. They're like, it's more like a pose thing. Kirby said, maybe he was sprayed with dip in the background of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Conspiracy? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. I'm sorry, has his fist been in the shot the whole time? Okay, it's like his other fist. It's not the fist from the image I'm editing. When you're like, there's no reason for him to be this big, please stop. I think it works more with the arms, less with the legs. His color palette kind of reminds me of Aqualad, Young Justice Season 3. Hype continues to build. The hype train never ends. I don't like the weird edges where like the fur like billows a little bit, but it doesn't like make a mane or anything. I think if he had like a mane behind his head, it would look a little bit cooler. Kirby said, even though the original Ben 10 was made 17 years after Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Well, I mean, what about those hard extended universes? Retroactively extended universes. Because Secret Saturdays and Ben 10 is like the same universe, which is really weird. It's interesting. Dark yellow. And we're going to change the middle one also to the recolor. And you're like, I still just don't fuck with the fray at the top of his arm. Ooh. And you're like, that arm's going to be too big. I guess it's not really too big, to be honest. My boy's got those big ass legs. Rotate, flip horizontally. Oh, I just realized how really gross the idea that like Ben 10's continuity and Secret Saturday's continuity like continually shift on each other. Like when Ben does something like recreate the whole universe, he also is recreating the Secret Saturdays universe. Like it's not just his own. So when you reboot Ben 10, are you also rebooting Secret Saturdays in that way? Because it's a shared world. That's actually really interesting. I never thought about it like that until now. Okay, we're going to flip vertically. It flips vertically and also like shifts spatially really hard. When your boy's muscle bound as fuck. Let's line you up a bit. Ooh, too much, but I think like around there. We're getting a little bit closer to the color of the outlining stuff. Too yellow. Kirby said, let's see what I can do in SoulForge today. Ballin'. Let's see. When you're like, there's just so much asset in this picture. There you go. Shrink it down a little bit. Make it a little more manageable. Not horrible. It just occurred to me like Shock Squatch I don't think has a tail or anything. Even though he's incredibly bestial. But I guess this would be grade shock grade up squatch, grade squatch. I think up shock is actually not bad. Because I mean, by having lightning-based abilities on top of upgrade abilities, you're essentially saying that you have like reality manipulation on a different scale in the Benton world, because it's established in the original series and in the reboot. Upgrade plus media plus lightning equals either real world going into media or media entering the real world. Weird reality gate property. So not as cool as Amp Up by any means, but I think Upshock is not the worst thing I've ever made. which is good. So we've done upgrade and amphibian. We've done shock squatch and upgrade. This has elements of feedback and upgrade. Like, legitimately, if it wasn't for the tentacles at the bottom, it would practically be like what I want, but not fully. Just didn't do a good job finding legs for this one. Dun, 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 dun. So I think this probably is where I'm going to end it for today. So tell me in the comment section below what you all think. Which did you like more? Did you like Thor 4, who's more in my traditional style of trying to give it like a manga, black and white comic book kind of look to make all the elements seem more seamless? Amp Up, who really didn't take that much work to make, but in the end, I ended up really enjoying the design overall. Or Upshock, who is heavily inspired by Amp Up, like as a concept about using like a color palette rather than using black and white to still try and form everything together by adjusting contrast and brightness, still essentially like keeping it binary, more or less. It's like yellow, black and white rather than just black and white, but it's just you threw the yellow in there a little bit. But I think it looks interesting to say the least. What do you all think? Post your comments in the comment section below. If you like this video, make sure to like this video. Favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding, 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 ring that bell so you'll be notified whenever we do these live streams. If you'd like to support us in more ways than just liking the video or sharing it or subscribing to the channel, then make sure to hit up our Patreon at patreon.com/Nickabenson. Thank you all once again for watching and have a wonderful day. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, logging out. Peace. Ding, 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 ding. Whoop. And thank you all for watching on this end. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, logging out. Peace.